They're going to miss big events, okay?
Yeah.
And now she's back into it, so congratulations. Let's move on then. There was a couple of graduations that were held over the weekend, mostly from the forces, the GSU, the police as well. And if you look closely in those pictures of graduations, we managed to catch a few faces that are very famous on the athletics track. Ferdinand Omanyala was graduating as a constable. Same as Harrison Wanyonyi as well. He was graduating as a constable, and that tells you that a good crop of talent in this country comes from the uniformed forces. In fact, I think the armed forces is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, sporting unit in the country, then followed by probably the police and then the prisons, and in that order. And it was very good to see them as well. Yes. It looks like whenever we have a competition among the police companies, it's usually just as big as having, you know, a mini Olympics in this country.
You know, when Ulinzi put up their wonderful complex at Langata, we were wondering, but can they support? Can they? Imagine they can, because look at who's in the forces. Look at the one.
No, if you go for the inter-companies games, it's a totally different event altogether.
If you look at the crop of Kina Rudisha, Kina Kemboi,
those are in the police force.
They're all in the police force.
That's in the police force.
The forces contribute a huge chunk to our athletics.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And again, we are not going to talk about value here. These ones have a salary for sure, but they still bring in a lot of medals for the country as well.
Yes, I mean that is still value in terms of whether it's sports diplomacy, whether it's value in terms of, you know, building the value for the country. You know, there's a lot that is in there. I mean, it's huge.
They obviously have an advantage of our other athletes, don't they? Because they are salaried and yet they get time to actually go and run. A couple of years back, we had a conversation about whether boxers would be allowed to turn professional as well from the armed forces. Now we know, because Rayton Okwiri is a prisons boxer, but he is boxing professionally, so they get time as well. And if you look at the facilities in this country, even sporting facilities, the armed forces has got the best sporting facilities in the world in this country.
In this country, they have the best. And that issue of having a salary and having all the time to train, that increases your value. Absolutely. And that makes you concentrate on your sport, because you are not thinking about, so when I finish, what am I going to do? What investments can I make now? Because, you know, but when you finish, you have your salary.
You look at Ulinzi basketball, you look at Ulinzi football, you look at the Ulinzi teams, they're all doing pretty well. And that's basically because they wake up and you don't go
have the time.
Your job, unless you're then moved for special you know, engagements, but their business literally is the sport.
Correct. I agree. Well, it's a good thing. Congratulations, Ferdinand. Congratulations, Harrison, as well. Now you join the other constables as well in the sporting world. Well done. Let's move on and quickly. So there has been a